So our team name is the Last Row Studio, and the name of our game that we're making is Escape Plan.
My name is Chi. I'm going to be the UI and the environmental.
David's not here today. He couldn't make it. He's the team lead normally, and he's also the asset manager. My name is Ethan Henry. I'm the gameplay engineer, and then Huang is also couldn't make it here, but he's going to be the audio and sound engineer.
Meli, and I must do the AI. I'm the AI engineer and special effects artist.
Hey, my name is Navin. I'm going to be a game engineer.
And I'm Safiq, and I'm going to be the level designer and the story writer.
So Escape Plan is going to be a top-down action adventure with guns and melee weapon attacks for PC and single player.
For the story, so the story goes like a rogue soldier is banished to an abandoned research planet, and then he finds out that there's still life on the planet, there's people living on the planet, and then his only hope to return to his own planet where he was exiled from is to get a functional spaceship. And so on, he starts in a village, and then he must progress through like the village and finish certain tasks by defeating the hordes of enemies that are being summoned. And then the player will continue to navigate through the village and then go through the transition areas and then reach the final stage where he defeats the boss and gets hold of the spaceship and then gets out of the planet. And for the controls, it's just basic controls. So if you press escape, you get to, there's an option to pause the game, or you can open the hood, and then for the movement, it's just basic WASD keys. For the aim, you just use the mouse to follow. For fire range weapon, it's just a left click mouse, and to interact with the item, you just go near the item and just space bar.
So for our world map that the character is going to be moving through, there's going to be 3 main areas and traditional areas in between them. So the character will start out in like a mountain village area, which will be the tutorial zone where the character will learn how to move their character, interact with the world, and fight enemies. Then they'll go through a cave area, will be like a traditional transitional area. They'll complete the task to get through to the sci-fi area where they'll be encountering more powerful enemies with different kinds of attacks and more interesting weapons. And then when they've cleared that area, completed all the tasks, and a lot of the enemies there, they'll move into the final area, which will be a city, and that's where they'll fight the final boss to fight their way to the holiest spaceship on the planet to escape.
So for the game mechanics, the character is gonna be able to go inside buildings and fight enemies inside buildings, and we're also gonna have traps, or the ones with the star next to it are the ones that we would like to have. So we would like to have traps that the player will have to avoid or attack, and the player will have to complete tasks and missions to access new areas. And obviously we'll have a boss and also a loot system, and the player will be able to get weapon gems that they can use to upgrade weapons, and also health loot, and we would like to also have immunity. So for the enemies, we're gonna have regular enemies, and they're gonna be able to detect the player if the player gets close to them, and then they will chase the player, aim the player, and shoot at the player. And we will also have special enemies that will explode if the players get too close. And we will also, when the player is no longer in range with the enemies, then they will just go back to their original position and stay idle. And also they will get damaged by the player's weapons.
Before I begin with the character slide, I just want to say one thing, that all the characters, all the assets are from the Unity store. So the top left is going to be our main character, the right hand side is our enemy, and we have 3 different play areas. So this is going to be a rocky hill, a forest, the second will be a sci-fi, the third will be an industrial area, and that's all.
Alright, so the game has various sound effects. The gunfire changes depending on the type of gun the protagonist is using. The sound when you shoot the enemies also changes depending on the level and size of the monster/boss. Some other background sounds we're using in the game are the sci-fi, fantasy, and modern sound effects.
Alright, that's it.
Thank you.